Okay, so first the first example, is going to be using the Attaché Report Designer Wizard. The process we follow when using the report wizard is very similar to when we design a report from scratch. It's simply a bit easier to do, but it's also a bit more limited. The limitations come from the fewer choices that we have when picking the information we want. In either case, the first step is to decide what information you need. Then you identify which fields and tables you need to get that information. Next, use the SQL Builder, or in our case the Report Wizard, to extract that information. Finally, use the Report window and Report Tools menu to design the report. For our example, imagine you wanted a report that showed product sales by product groups. As far as I know, and that's not very far, I don't think anything in Attaché or ClearView really shows that. So step one is to decide what information you need. In our case, I choose the product code product code and product name so that we know what we're talking about. We'd also obviously need the product groups. Let's say also the amount of sales we made, and for a little bit extra, let's pick up the cost of sales as well. So normally you just note down these fields so you know what you're doing. Step two is to identify where we get all of this information from. So this is why I left the data dictionary open. Okay, now when you're looking for codes and names, the master files are always a good place to start. So I am going to go to the product master file. Now I'm sure the name and the code is here. Product code. Product description, no. Product group is there. That's something that we needed. And I did say we were going to pick up sales as well. So we've got the cost of sales this year. And we've also got sales this year, which is 2 spaces down. So more or less everything we need is in the product master file. Okay, let's change over to our program. And I'm going to close out of that one. And we'll start a brand new one. Okay, so to run the wizard, you can either go in New Report and click on the wizard button, or again, you can get to it from the menus. It's Setups, ClearView, Report Designer, Report Wizard. Now I'm going to call this Product Sales by Groups. Okay, first you can pick whether it's a report, a label report, or a KFI report. I won't go into too much detail about the other two. We'll just go for a standard, normal, plain old boring report. Next, pick the table or tables that you want. We mentioned that we wanted the product master file. Okay, and then just grab anything that you want. So I'm going to go for the code. This is also why it's important to use the data dictionary so that you know what these things are and can pick up the ones that you want. I think I may have passed the group. There it is, PM group. PMY sales and PMY cost. Okay, that'll do for this example. Next, you can pick what you want to group by, and we did say we did say that we were going to show our products by groups. So what I'm going to do is pick PM group. As you can tell from the list, you can sort of pick from anything even if you're not going to use it. But we will use one of the ones that we picked, which is PM group. Next are parameters. So we give people the option of searching on PM group. Do you wish to link other reports? No, not in this tutorial. Yeah, let's preview, portrait, and title do you want on your report. So product sales by product groups. And OK. Okay, so firstly there's a parameter. Let's just look for everything A to Z. And this is our report. Okay, hopefully right at the end we've got totals as well. Now the reason I said that the report wizard is a bit limited, it's you can't chop and change, or you can after the fact, but you can't while running the wizard. And you can't pick multiple tables, you can't, there's a lot of things that you can't customize. But it's definitely a good way to get started. If we open it now, you can see that some of it's already been filled out, and you can also see that the SQL has already been filled out for us. Okay, that was step 3, using either the SQL builder or the report wizard. Step 4 is to use the report window and report tools to design your report, but as you can see, most of it's already been done. What I will change though is a couple of these field names, or sorry, field headings. They don't make a whole bunch of sense to someone who's reading the report. Again, it's written in the way that the report designer understands it. Or rather a way the computer understands it, not the way that a human would. Okay, product group. Sales this year. And cost of sales this year. Oops, cost of sales this year. Okay, if we preview that again, okay, that's looking a little bit better. It makes a bit more sense to someone who's reading the report. What hasn't happened yet is that it hasn't been grouped yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag the group into one of the headers and see what that does for us. A to Z. Okay, so first you've got ENT, and it's unfortunate there's no label yet, which is the next thing I'm going to change. You've got KW, you've got WW, these are the product groups. Okay, so again you can add something else, this time a label, and it would probably make more sense to put the label first, and then the data. And let's call it product group. Okay, again we're going to preview that. Okay, that looks better. Product group ENT, product group KW, product group WW. Now it's not the prettiest thing to look at, but that's what step 4 is all about. You can change the text to bold, you can add colors, pictures, you can move them around. Step 4 is pretty much so that you can design the way that the report looks and feels. Okay, so just to recap, our example, I would like to see my report sales, my product sales based on product groups. Step 1, decide what information you needed. In our case, it's the fields there, and the color is a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully everyone can see. Step 2, identify the fields and tables where you'll get this information from. So again, we found that everything was available in the product master file. and these are the codes, or rather what the computer can understand. Step 3 is to go through the report wizard and select all the options that it comes up with you. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory. You can pick what parameters you want, what you want to group by, what fields you want to pull out from what tables. Okay, and step 4 is to use the report windows in the report toolbox to just etch out the look and feel of your reports. One of the downsides to using the report wizard, as you saw, everything is titled like the way a computer would read it. So first thing I did was I changed some of those names around. Second thing, the groups weren't done yet, so I added the groupings as well. But at that stage, really, it's all about what you want or what your client wants. You can add graphics, you can change the text around, you can do whatever you want to get the report looking exactly like you want.